morning. How are you guys doing? Uh, You are on the Wise One channel with your host, Lady Caren, and I am so glad that you get a chance to view this. Uh, no, it's early morning. Yep, weekend. So, how is your week going? How are you doing? Take a moment and get grounded here. What do we see? What do we hear? What do we feel? Taste. Aware of our surroundings, become present in the moment. Our spine go right into the core, right down to the neck. Our spine extended, chin out, the whole. Take our thoughts, let them quiet themselves down. And know that in this moment, it's okay. It's just the moment. Nothing else needs to be done. But taking a moment to just let our thoughts quiet. To be silent. So to be and keynote. I'm not a vision of yourself or a thought of yourself standing in water. Stealing this from an ex, by the way. And the louder the thoughts you have, the more waves in this pool of water you stand. You let them go and quiet and still them. So the thoughts still the water that you're standing in. And give yourself a moment to recognize whether or not you're standing and sitting upright. Feel yourself steady, strengthening yourself by the simple practice of just being steady, shoulders down, elbows relaxed and back. And that peace is okay. It's acceptable. It's a thing we can learn to like be okay with. So it's okay with us. I'm not certified. Ooh, that was disruptive. Okay. Take a deep breath in and start to feel. Feel your hands as you move them. So the oxygen in your lungs. Feel your body expand, bringing the oxygen in. Raise yourself up and move. Okay, so I'm not certified. Any of that stuff is just what I'm doing. I don't have an association with anything. It doesn't represent yogi. It doesn't represent any particular established form of anything. It's mine. And for me, it works. And I'm presenting it for you to try if you'd like. If it doesn't work for you, it's okay. If it works for you, you're more than welcome to do it for as long as you'd like. And I am going to drown myself. Going to drown my problems in caffeine, coffee, sugars. I have trying to remember the name of the creamer. It starts with an A. I really like it. I like saying the word. And for some reason, the word escapes me. Like my name occasionally. I've got creamer in here, I've got brown sugar in here, and I've got regular Maxwell coffee. No representation, no association, nobody's paying me anything. Yeah, no. But it's okay. Yeah. But it's coffee and it's good and it's caffeine and it gets me through my day. I should probably take pain reliever with it for the slow, sluggish days. Or an anti-inflammatory. My food, yeah. Anti-inflammatory spices my food and something. So noticing, it's quite a roller coaster. I am noticing from my particular lifestyle, carbs and complex carbohydrates, wheats, grains, and gluten. I'm not liking the result of gluten. I'm not liking the skin breakout. My liver isn't, which tells me that from what I know, it tells me that my liver could be having difficulty when presented with gluten. So I'm just trying to avoid that stuff. I was all out the other week with gluten. I don't like it. And for me, so I'm going to try to do less, if not any, and see what happens. Getting to wonder if we should just eat food. Yeah, no, like fruits and veggies. If there isn't some sort of E. coli or something, some sort of breakout with all the veggies and the fruits. So got up before this 4:15. So I'm trying to build a discipline because I know if you have an action, you'll have a result. Action or inaction, one equals the other. It's do and then you reap, you sow, and then you reap, possibly. But you put that in there. It won't always happen the same reaping, you won't always get the same results for everything, but you'll get similar results, or you'll get something that you prefer or you like. So I have this belief that control is an illusion. And so far, every time that I've been presented with that information, I've perceived that it is true over and over again so far. So good. So far, I perceive that illusion or of control is something that I want to purge myself of, you know, purge my life of. Or there's something that I want to do with my life with this issue of control. You get a sense of control when you apply a certain way or a certain method or that you have a way of doing things, a discipline of doing things, a method, or if this happens, this is what we do. If you get a laceration, paper cut, um, you clean it with soap and water, warm soap and water, Neosporin, which is an antibiotic, and Band-Aid. That's a type of discipline or a type of method or a type of way, and it gives you a way to control the ability to heal. It gives it an environment that it can heal in. A lot of people have a discipline of just letting the diarrhea out. As long as you know with soap and water, you provide it with an environment that it can heal itself without Neosporin or a Band-Aid. Depends on its method. And you'll get general results. Generally the amount of time that it takes to heal, generally the amount of pain associated, like, if you like work with dirty stuff. And I like wearing a Band-Aid if I'm going to be working with cleaning chemicals. Like if I have to clean my room and stuff, I might slip a Band-Aid on. I put on sometimes I put on a balm that I made myself. Sometimes if I buy Neosporin, I don't mind using Neosporin. I'm not one for petroleum jelly unless I have some sort of moisturizer between the injury of the skin and then petroleum jelly. I use petroleum jelly like a seal. I like using aloe that I grew up with using, like straight off an aloe leaf. You just trim a big pot of aloe that can support being trimmed, and then you open up to the jelly part and just lay that gel on there, let it dry, and go about your business. Um, it's for me it bumps a lot. You bump into everything like, oh my gosh, it's all this paper, but aloe helps a lot with lacerations because it does like petroleum jelly where it provides a seal. But I feel like you get vitamins and minerals from the aloe from the plant as you heal. So it gives it an environment that the body can take its own to heal with. Um, I like natural. I really believe in going as natural as possible when it's available, as long as I'm as knowledgeable as I can be about how I go about it. That is a concept. Now, you don't just go willy-nilly like, "I wanna go out and eat moss." You have to be knowledgeable about it, or willing to experiment, cleaning your vegetation, learning to prepare your vegetation. We're in a world where the planet Earth has been around in the lifespan of humans for quite a while. So most likely it's been there, done that. You can, and the information and results has been noted someplace in some form or another. So researching or going out and seeking the knowledge, if not testing that knowledge against other information that has been presented, is great. Okay, there's lots of research out there. There's scientific research, which means that a group of people who have been scientists for like enough time have run into enough problems that they know If you do something without testing it enough, and they understand what enough testing is, they have certain parameters that they lay out. Uh, they know they've experienced, they've witnessed, or they trust in somebody else's witnessing certain parameters being used. They test it and they understand, they know, they've been there. They've been down several roads before. So when you present them information, they can test it, they can research it. It's a group of peers. They see you as a group of peers. So they check before you publish. They say this is great, but this over here, this is the problem we've run into. It's not always so nicely put aside, but it's generalization. It's called peer review. Scientific research, you can check papers against each other. And yeah, but it's also easy to take a normal human being who's competent in several ways and convince them things like they should vote against the scientific name of water and oxygen. It should be banned and outlawed. Um, and convince normal people that the earth is flat. I mean, these are just normal everyday people. So when somebody who has a compromised comprehension that they can be convinced things that could do them more harm than good. I mean, come on, we grew up with people trying to tell us things like Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny, and it's human nature to want to believe the things that we're told because there must be a need for it. So even the scientific community can be eluded. So they're more cautious, and they're probably aware of this, so they're very cautious. So scientific research is very extensive. And when I've heard people say, "You're not doing research," or "You don't do research. You're not a scientist. You didn't go to school. You didn't get this degree." I've heard go around, and they may have the best of intentions, but I don't think they're very operated about the fact that people are doing research, regular research that isn't scientific research. They're just doing research. And it's not wrong to go and do your research. Learn to do research in a way that is helpful to you, that helps give you information that you can depend on, that you can move on, that you can feel on, speak on. And don't be afraid that information that you previously spoke on or information that I've previously known could be uh, checked against. So, as much as it may sound hypocritical of what I've said before, and then I come around saying something totally different, I don't catch it and recognize it. I may have come across information that counters it, that shows it in a whole new light. It just evolves my way of thinking or my way of doing. Also, it may not apply to certain situations. There may be situations where you do one thing. There may be a situation where, you can be open and totally transparent, and it's very healthy, and it results in wonderful, uh, wonderful collaborations and great, wonderful things. And then there could be a way that you're transparent and something destructive could come in and destroy something that they didn't know they really, really wanted. Uh, and those are risks that you take when you choose to be, or when you are transparent, whether or not you choose consciously to be transparent about things or not transparent. Me putting my whole heart out on YouTube and sharing it with you wonderful people, you wonderful viewers. There may be kitty may be interested in this, or a puppy may be interested in this, or This may be playing right next to an iguana and so forth, several other pets. I apologize if I don't mention it. Life forms of all sorts. The plant may enjoy the nice space shake that I can't hear, but they may be able to feel coming out of the speakers. Who knows? Life is good. So continuing to do research and continuing this research helps build a way of how I want to interact and navigate my life and my lifestyle. And that's what I want to brand is a formation of a lifestyle where where I can navigate where I'm most content at, where I'm most satisfied at, where I feel the healthiest at. Um, so I do research. It may not be scientific research. I may not have access to scientific um, peers. I may not, some unknown me who does not have a scientific degree submitting papers for peer review would probably get scoffed at and vigorous stuff. And I would probably feel like those poor mathematicians that would submit their very, very hard and very difficult, tedious work submitted and realize that it's too late and just get it thrown away. Like, okay, that's done. Now we need this new calculation made. So that just for shooting a rocket up into the sky. um, yeah, but discovering this might help somebody who has ADD or who has autism or who is bipolar or who is some other form of neurodivergent, and this same application of the lifestyle that I'm trying to discover and create and open up an environment and lay out an environment where I can create a certain lifestyle uh, that a person who's neurotypical can benefit from, can enjoy, can live, And I think of Martha Stewart, and I'm not one that resonates with the whitewashed farmhouse, and I'm going to have to do a type of cooking that has less gluten in it. And lovely as it is, it's just got a nice feel to it, but it doesn't have certain components that match or resonate with me, and that's okay. Martha Stewart's awesome for all of those who love Martha Stewart or those who love certain lifestyles. But I noticed there were types of lifestyles, and people are okay with it, and that they've immersed so far in it. It feels weird that they don't recognize other lifestyles. Like, oh, this is just what we do. You do this. Well, you know, somebody who's like, you bathe every day, and they run into a person who's like, no, you have to bathe every other day, versus a person who probably bathes once a week or once a month. And thank God we don't bathe once a year. That's not healthy. That's where it's used down now. And for me, I'm in here going, I wonder how often I actually need to bathe. I'd like to test and try and find out. Okay, maybe there's just washing your hair every day, every other day or something. And I noticed that if I change my diet, the need for because it's mostly my scalp getting greasy, getting dry, getting scratched, and releasing oil just right here, and my ends being dry. So the type of hairstyle, the type of food I eat affects. So the food I eat affects my hair, in which I could chop my hair to have the healthiest hair, being short to the height that it needs, where it's getting all the oil and shower daily. So it depends on how often I shower daily, or shower every other day, or shower, how often do you sweat? How often do you immerse yourself in a type of environment where you need to wash that environment off on you to prevent disease? I'd like to strive to take out the concept of good or bad. I'd like to put in, I believe I can put in, if you do this, you get this kind of results. If you have this variable, these kind of results may occur. Like, instead of going, oh, this is good, this is what I'd like to try to get out of opinions, much of, or something that you can't measure. Well, that's a lot of sugar. I say that a lot. It's just like, holy crap, that's a lot. But a lot for one person is very little to another. One man's trash is another man's treasure. I watched that. I watched that right in the house. Like, so and so wanted to throw it out, and the other person just was like, "Hey, I could use this," and they went and they did it. They put it to use, and so somebody going, "Oh, you need to throw this out," is really none of their business. But if it's your business when the trash that you keep keeps you from living your everyday life, your quality of life of being clean enough to prevent disease, from being able to eat food that is certain conditions that would cause you to be ill, uh, would would affect your quality of sleep, would affect the quality of your water, affect the quality of your air. So these are the things that for you need, for you or for me, that I check is, does it affect my quality of life? Can I breathe good air? Can I drink clean water? Can I eat food that helps me live a better life or give me energy, gives me all the fuel that I need? Am I eating the right fuel? Um, and sleep. Can I sleep? Am I okay sleep? So these four things, if you can, if you're passionate, and can I continue my passion? Passion gives you is where if you're in love with somebody and they love you back and something happens and they die, it affects how you breathe. I mean, the air, somebody who loses somebody who's their everything, you don't want to breathe. It's not worth breathing. It's not, it affects all of those check marks in a way that, I put faith in this passion that I have in faith. So faith is this thing that holds them all together. This is that element of life that binds it all, that electricity that shoots the cute little what do you call it? One little particle talks to another little particle, comes off in your brain. Yeah, neurons, gets the neurons firing and fully functioning. And that's, that spark when somebody lights up. I'm not talking about being high, I'm talking about like the dopamine or the serotonins and all this kind of thing lights up in the world. And that's the amazing part, when life gets happy and content and satisfying and worth living. So faith ties all that together. Even if it's just faith in people, you don't have to believe in some sort of divinity, all empowering things. You can believe in what you can see, hear, touch, experience, and perceive. And that's not bad. That's not wrong. Which we're trying to get rid of bad. And that's not something you want, that you may feel the need to move away from. You may want to move towards. Why am I beeping? Are you guys still connected to my headset? Let's check. That says that you guys still have the headset. Maybe it's the phone. Maybe the phone's like, I don't have the headset no more. Oh, it's on. For some reason I treated it like a. Oh, it's connecting. It connected, and then I turned it off accidentally. It doesn't like me. It's connecting. Okay. I don't know why it connects and disconnects. So, towards just the way I do things, my culture, bring up the culture for me and my family. It's the thing that I'm moving towards. Lots of witchcraft, because that's serotonin right there. Witchcraft is just sheer serotonin and dopamine and just yum yum. It feels good. It feels that little electricity that's buzzing around and the brain is nice for me. It's not everybody's little electricity moving around in their brain, but it is definitely mine. And definitely the smell of the feel of it, that's almost tangible to me. But so a lot of witchcraft for me, which doesn't have to be religious, which doesn't, but for me, it's very religious. It is 6 o'clock. I'm gonna hop off here. And then the next one, we're gonna try to break apart aspects of this lifestyle that I want to build and see how that goes through my crazy life and gets it going and gets it where it can produce uh, results that are long term. I prefer long term results because being farsighted, coincidentally, my actions, I strive towards actions of long term. So I'd like to, in the next video, start breaking apart parts of the lifestyle that I want to develop, the method, the discipline that I wanted, especially for like the new religion. I don't even have to call it new religion because the way my beliefs, my lifestyle. Uh, yeah, that sounds like something I totally want to strive for. And love and passionate and like me. And I know, yeah, I'm gonna try dancing too because dancing does things for all sorts of people. It would mean it would do something for me. I don't know what. But yeah, thank you so much for stopping by and clicking buttons like, subscribe, and notifications, especially since mine aren't steady yet. I'm not scheduled yet on YouTube. I don't have a YouTube schedule yet. I'd like to, where I can get into the editing or get it off. Let's get me monetized so I can edit my videos. Oh, if that's not clickbait for your, hit that subscribe button, get the subscribers, get the login hours just to watch this, just to have this playing while you're off in another room playing with your kid. I don't interact and comment something like, "Oh, thanks for the just random talking." Yeah, no, but let's get this monetized so that I can get like better camera equipment, better background equipment, or better put more into YouTube. That allows me to put more into YouTube and keep me steady and floating. I see all these wonderful creators that have more freedom, but they built theirs. They did lots of stuff, and then while they were having sleepless nights editing, but I would love to get this edited by a professional. Get a professional editor. That would be fantastic. It would just take a burden off my shoulder and allow me to bloom. And I try to get more cohesive That's what I'm going to try for more cohesive vlogging, blogging, talking videos, cohesive type of videos and series, and break things up into categories. And yeah, that needs to be done. That's a dream. I'm not making any promises because I haven't filled any promises, but these are the things I'm striving towards. I'll be honest with you guys. Probably more honest than you prefer. So I miss my kids, and this it started out with a way for me to talk to my kids, and that's another thing is the things I wish I taught my kids before they lived full time with their dad. So if you guys are out there listening or watching, good morning. Sunshine there says hello. It'd be another thing. So if I talk a lot, then that's what would be the biggest thing is that if I can start making videos, if I'm talking to the audience, I might just be talking to my kids whose custody went to their dad. So yeah, there are lots and lots of things that I'm doing here now that I feel like I should have given you, like me being a calmer person, more patient with your younger siblings. Really frustrates me and makes me feel like it's not fair to you guys. And I beat myself up for it because I want to do right by you. That's another thing is if you're watching these videos, you're going to have to tolerate me talking to my two oldest, and because there may be that I should probably put that into a series, maybe make it private if they'd be willing to watch it. But yeah, definitely on YouTube just for you guys. Uh, I'll do more of those. That's the whole reason why I opened it up was to be mommy. There's a daddy of the internet, and I was like, oh yeah, I wanted to be the mom of the internet. Show you how to cook, show you how to clean, show you how to sew, and run a type of all woman's business, or just the things that a mother realizes they need to teach you. Didn't your mother raise you that way? Um, yeah, lots of important lessons that I've learned that I want to share with you guys. And there's lots of craziness so far on the past videos that this became therapy. Somehow YouTube became therapy. Not an actual therapy, but a type of therapy, therapeutic method of doing things. All right. I do have to let you go. I do have to start my day, and I don't want to. But I love you guys, and I'm glad to collect, and I'm glad for the 20 subscribers. And I hope your day goes as well. Yeah. La, 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 la. Guys, have a good one. To the next video. Ha 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 ha. End.